Rather hurried start to try and get the cars to the grid on a short call because of the delays earlier on in the day, but 6 abreast I think I made it, heading into a very narrow right-hander, the pinch point at La Source, and I think it was always going to come to a little bit of a head here. The racing spirit of Le Mans cars spinning, with at least one United Autosports car as well going out wide, and 1 or 2 pinged for not rejoining in the way established in the driver briefing at the start of the weekend. And if that overlapping wasn't enough, then we had plenty of overtaking beginning early on, with side by side the TS Corsa car overtaken by the number 16 Tim Virage machine. Unfortunately, that Virage car would go on to suffer suspension failure, and maybe this was an indication of where that all started, because there was some close quarter racing for the Polish team. And the 8 car got away well at the time with Lancieri at the wheel. Gabriele Lancieri. There was a touch there, only the merest of touches between United Autosports and the DKR engineering crew at Bruxelles corner, but enough nevertheless for the United car to earn a penalty. Just catching the curb, the 23 of John Schauerman, looping it when he was closing in on the Virage car of Matthias Luton. And a big spin as well, which was very costly for the PZ Obeira Porsche, losing it down at Campos corner. And they never did recover all that time back up again. Julien Anlauer pedalled very swiftly indeed, and only ended up 7 and a bit seconds away from Dominic Schwager, who in turn was 0.2 of a second away from Paolo Roberti. So that gap was definitely closing towards the end. Awkward contact here, which it could have been so much more nasty for Donna Munding, who was, well, the rear was caught by Alex Mortimer by his Duqueine, immediately resulting in Alex getting a puncture and a penalty. The car, in fact, would not rejoin the race. Second full course yellow, and then the suspension failure for the number 16 car hit right at the start of the lap as well. There could not have been a worse position for that to have happened for Sasha Lehmann, who had to limp around the rest of the circuit. But unfortunately, when it got back to Virage, they realised they would not be able to repair it. Daunting overtake for Matt Bell heading through Eau Rouge and Radium, but it's the sister car at Cool Racing who take their first victory of the year, with Josh Skelton and Antoine Duquin thoroughly chuffed with that. You couldn't see the broad smiles behind the COVID-19 masks, but trust me, they were there. And Cool Racing, I'm sure, will be celebrating late into the evening, although well aware as well that there's an ELMS race to look forward to tomorrow, with a couple of their cars involved in that as well. We have title winners already with a round to spare in the Michelin Le Mans Cup. It's Iron Lynx and the number 8 car. And podium presentations about to happen imminently, with the field of cars now housed within the endurance pit lane. The 45 laps, though, were won by Cool Racing for Josh Skelton and Anton Duquin, ahead of the sister 69 car. Third place going the way of the WTM, powered by Phoenix number 11 of Leo Weiss and Torsten Kratz. And it was a fellow Phoenix car of Finn Gersitz and Hamza Ovega finishing in 4th place, just ahead of Nielsen, who should score fairly well in the championship, just obviously not as well as car 69. And then a little further down the order, Dino Lunardi just outside of the top 6, Donna Munding in the Black Falcon car, and in GT3 it's the 8 Iron Lynx crew who win from PZ Obeira Zierikzee by TFT.